Welcome back. It's baseball on ESPN Plus as Kansas leads Charleston Southern 4-1. This game was supposed to be played at 5 p.m. local time. Instead moved to 11, which for me in Arizona, 8 a.m. Coffee and donuts on deck. Killian, I know you're much of the same.
Oh yeah, a little chocolate cake donut. This is, it's a little bit, we were talking, our director, Nick Case, he was making fun of us the other day. He goes, donuts for the entire crew, and, lo and behold, we're not there. I'm in Raleigh, you're out in Phoenix, like you said, so, we got to get our own donuts. If Nick Case isn't going to get them for us, sometimes you got to do it yourself.
Good man, that Nick Case, feeding the family, everybody working hard in the production truck. Their new CSU pitcher. When we come back, it's 7-1. There's those donuts.
It's offensive.
The unsung factor in any Chip Kelly offense is a good ground game. That has always been the case, and it's certainly true for UCLA this season, as Michigan transfer Zach Charbonnet has headlined a backfield populated by multiple contributors. Behind an experienced and flatly mean offensive line, Charbonnet leads the Pac-12 in multiple categories so far this season. This run-first approach serves as a blunt object of sorts, used to open up plenty of avenues downfield. Fourth-year starting quarterback Dorian Thompson-Robinson has taken advantage of those windows, averaging a jaw-dropping 18 yards per completion. That figure is the best in the Pac-12 and second nationally amongst all Division I quarterbacks. Most of the passing attack will be funneled through star tight end Greg Dulcich and receiver Kyle Phillips, but 10 different UCLA players have caught a pass this year. On the other side of the line, the Bruin defense takes an aggressive stance on the game of football. UCLA will often dial up 6- and 7-man pressures, forcing their opponent to either commit to leaving extra players in to block or to getting the ball out quickly to playmakers. This aggression has been rewarded often, but punished just as much. UCLA ranks in the bottom 10% of FBS teams in passing defense, allowing over 350 yards a game. For more on how ASU may look to attack that pressure point, we'll send it back to the studio. Sejas. Quinn. Reversal Moar in space. Opportunity to drive. CC overlapping King. Gets it to him. King to the byline. Puts it in a corner. Where this rising Ben all match.
To use the old AYSO cliche, 2-0 is the most dangerous lead in the sport of soccer. You score one, and all of a sudden the team that's up 2-0 starts to panic as Quinn's going to take the corner. Outswinger.
Aiden Quinn puts it in. Back post. Good ball. Musa up for it again. This time falls to Rodriguez. And that just whistles over the bar.
Momentum has undoubtedly shifted all the way.
That red smoke is yet to clear from the south end, but the Rising are already thinking about a second. Moshebain falls to his rear, stretching out. That will bring on a chorus of goals.
I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that this is San Diego Loyal. And there's a bit of a history, and there's a bit of a malcontent between the two franchises. And San Diego's going to do whatever it takes to drop Rick Shantz and hand him his first loss at home.
A regrouping for Landon Donovan's team. As they try to get their bearings back. Violently had the terms of engagement shift on them. We saw that goal scored by James Musa. And the Rising using some smart tactics there. Rick Shantz exchanging both Musa for Lambert to bring Lambert back and Musa forward into the attack, and then drifting Arturo Rodriguez out to the wide right to put Moar in the center.
And again, I think a lot of that sways from the fact that it's come off a corner kick where everything is out of sorts in a way for the team that's attacking the corner. You bring in your center backs up. You've got a center mid normally taking the corner. It's all out of whack. They retain possession. Musa stays up in an area where it's beneficial to his skill set as a header of the ball. I don't know if
Close
that's
enough.
quite a word. But
Shakespeare invented over 300 words.
did he?
He did.
I've invented 2. 1. Gosh, math is tough.
Math is hard.
They stay up there. They win a header. Moose is in the area, that's exactly where you'd want a center back to be, off a corner kick and off the same kind of replay.
I'll do some math for you. Rising only trail by 1 now. It's 2-1. 70th minute now. As they bring a aggressive press and win the ball back in the final third. Into the center, Rodriguez arriving! And Rodriguez has it deflected. Corner kick. Rising have saved their best for this moment here. Oshabane back on, a noticeable hobble. He had come off to be tended to.
The energy is exuding from the bench as well from Phoenix. They win the ball right in front of the touchline, and right away everyone off the bench urging them forward. They go quick.
Corner comes, in-swinger, beautiful ball, just clear. Saejas gets there. Saejas! It takes your breath away. 35 years old, 35 yards out. Luis Saejas levels the terms. 2-2.
Peyton, I wasn't a goalkeeper, but I can tell you for a fact, the knuckleball, and a way to hit a ball with a knuckle, is one of the hardest things to save in all of the sport. Saejas, perfect technique, drives it, it's moving left and right, gets lost in the right dead in the middle of the goal, and Coque Vegas, an experienced of a goalkeeper as they come, as quality of a goalkeeper as they come in this league, no chance of saving it once it gets right in front of them all the way through all the bodies with all that movement.
Now Loyola must hang on for 20 minutes. They've been met by a wildfire. The Rising igniting that red fog hanging over the south end. Loyola will have to shake the fog, the cobwebs off as in their situation now, a whole new match as they come forward trying to get the goal right back. Carlton battled it, bounced off the ball, cleared away. Rodriguez hanging up on him. Rodriguez gets a foot on it, cut out by, like Elijah Collins, or rather Elijah Morton, I should say. Colin Morton, Elijah Collins, Elijah Morton. We got there eventually, but the Rising do have a throw. 2-2, 71st minute.
2-0 is the most dangerous lead in the sport. And now it's 2-2. There's your math.
It's quite a sight. That smoke makes its way onto the pitch. It's almost mystic quality to these matches. Royal try to shake off the malaise, the days. There now as the Phoenix is casting a spell. They win the ball back, kick. Musa. Barrel widening, fanning out. Far side. Trying to find Saejas in the middle. He reaches it. He's brought down hard by Adams, who moves away from the official knowing he's likely to at least have a discussion, if not be booked. And he is shown yellow. And everybody in this facility here, the Wild Horse Pass, stands now in another yellow. Shown to Guido for dissent. Discussion still being had. Cries for a red card. So it looks like another yellow might be shown to the bench. Vesti Loyal and Landon Donovan. It's not to him, but it is to somebody on the SD Loyal side. Looks like it's Nate Miller, the assistant. Rick Shantz raises his hands to the sky, igniting the Rising faithful. A free kick. 30-plus yards away. Rodriguez and Quinn over top. One-man wall is a mob. Wrapped a bundle of Rising players to the right side of the box as the kick will be taken from the left. Quinn taps his head, barks out the signal. Takes 1, 2, 3 steps from the ball. Lines it up. Rodriguez runs over the top of it. Quinn stops, starts, sends it in. Beautiful ball! But right at Coque Vegas. Gratefully laps it up with 2 hands, but Aiden Quinn showing his quality in the delivery. And a hand up from the official. It doesn't appear that it would have mattered offside.
If it was a burgeoning rivalry, it's definitely turned into one in the space of the last 5 minutes. Full-fledged, full craziness. Rick Shantz is loving it.
Rising playing with their teeth showing. Plenty of aggression in the press. Quinn racing on. They must be careful, though, not to get too ambitious and cut out. Lambert wins it. Saejas. Arturo Rodriguez. Wind his sails as he slides it ahead for Saejas. Doesn't have the pace to get there. Acrobatically done by Calistri to win it back. Musa all the way back to Lunt. You can hardly see Lunt. Smoke that's yet to lift from the pitch. That end of things. Musa, vertical ball. And all the way out for a goal kick. Plenty of time. A little more twist in the tail. 75th minute, 2-2. Press all the way extended, rising. Delivered over the head. Darnell King, back from Moon. Moon gets it away. Ito heads it off the chest of Farrell, gets it back. Ito, space for a shot! Ripples the side netting, it's 3-2! Guido stuck with it all the way, took the deflection in stride, and pounded one right by Lunt. He had nothing to do there. Right back to the front foot. Goes San Diego Loyal. Fortitude in spades for Landon Donovan's men.
Alejandro Guido, nervous at first with the ball, tries to force one forward, gets it back, gets a little lucky, and then this time just says, I'm going to do it myself. Decisive enough to go all the way. He's untouched. His poor defending, you leave a lot to be desired out there. They had all the momentum. This place is silent now, thanks to Alejandro Guido.
Silent aside, loyalists and supporters who have made the trip, the locals, pounding that drum once more. It's going to be 3rd and 7.
You like the pursuit of the Sun Devil secondary at that point, though. Markham and Gentry both were diving on the floor for that ball. They're still with full pursuit, knowing that their defensive effort can really change this game.
Significant play in the first 3 minutes of the second quarter. At the 12:30 mark, there's 8 seconds on the play clock. 3 receivers to the near side. 1 running back is Allen. Quarterback in the gun, Mertz. He'll face a 4-man pressure in halftime in the pocket. Scans, now rolls right. He's in trouble. He's sacked. It's a host of Sun Devils that get in there. Leading the way is Joe Moore. And you can't really speak enough about how significant that play was.
Absolutely. You saw how he had a man open on just a crossing pattern about 5 yards out, and Mertz, his eyes were following that way, working from right to left of the field. But by that time, as he scampered out of the pocket, the Sun Devil defensive backs had beat him to it. A great effort on the defensive end for the Sun Devils.
For the first time, we will see Andy Vunovic, the punt. Stops and scores, the name of the game for ASU. They just got the stop. Can they get the score? DJ Taylor will field. With time to maybe make a play, he'll take it on the run. Past the 20, drops a man across the 25, a stiff arm across the 30. A marvelous return, gets him to the 37.
This is probably the best field position we've seen for the Sun Devil offense that they've created on their own. And we talk about it every single time. It feels like ASU gets the ball. They need to score. And they need to score convincingly. And if they keep draining the clock, because they're 15 and a half minutes of time of possession, like they are using a lot of clock, they're not going to have too much left if they keep extending these drives, not just in numbers of plays, but in time on the clock. So a quick score would be great for the Sun Devils here.
Jaden Daniels back to the field of play, where he was 6 for 13 in the first half. Did most of the damage with his legs. As he motions the running back Nagata from his left hip to his right. Takes the snap. Nagata, clean hole, gets through it, and gets 5. Daniel Nagata blunted in that first half of play. ASU chasing, not in a position yet, Simon, though, where they can abandon the run game if they don't want to.
Not totally, but I would like to see them get involved in the air a little bit more. LB Bunkley-Shelton was the force in the first half in the air. Non-existent through the last 8 minutes of game action.
Second and 5.
He would be a great target here as he's on the field on the near side.
Big tight end had a couple opportunities to make plays. Curtis Hodges, he's into the game. Was unable to make a catch in the first half. It's a pass. Decent pocket for Daniels as he navigates to the right, now cuts back left. Makes a man miss and now has blockers. Weaving to the left side of the field, has a first down, eludes another tackle, and is finally tracked down by the linebacker Noah Burks on the weak side
moves the chains and moves ASU into Wisconsin territory. Another nice scramble from Jaden Daniels.
13th rush of the day for Jaden Daniels. We knew he was going to use both the air game and the ground game in tonight's game. But for them to rely on it completely, that's been a downfall for this team throughout this season, that he can't be the sole option on the ground.
Next snap will come from the 48. Couple tight ends in the game. It's Conyers and Stivers. Started wide, now motion in to join the formation on the left. The running back is Nagata. They'll fake a run to him. And Daniels is going to be in trouble. Gets rid of a pass down the field. Jump ball is hauled in. Ricky Pearsall snags it at the 10. And ASU is setting up shop with a first and goal and a whole bunch of momentum in their favor.
And finally a big play in the air for Arizona State. It's like they heard us or something. Ricky Pearsall with a huge grab in the air. An impressive throw from Jaden Daniels. You got to give credit where it's due. He was wrapped up mid-tackle, and he completed that throw perfectly into the air to Pearsall. They're in the red zone.
Big-time throw from the junior signal caller. The Sun Devils have yet to grace the end zone in this game thus far. They look to correct that right now as Daniels comes to the line to check the play. Pearsall in the slot. Looks like it might be Brian Thompson out wide just outside the numbers on the far side. It's a run. It's a run from Daniels on the read option. Gets a great block outside. Conyers extends for the pylon. And he is ruled out of play. An acrobatic dive and a lot of effort from a guy who's left it out on the field so far today. But it's going to be spotted just shy of the end zone as Daniels hurled himself towards the goal line, stepped out of bounds at the 3.
Yeah, he definitely had his right foot out. It was the foot he planted to leap forward, so that play was dead as soon as that foot touched out of bounds. But I love the effort, though. You just got to get excited for that play if you're a Sun Devil fan, because that shows your team is still in it, and they're threatening here to score.
From 3 yards away, Daniels collects the snap. It's Nagata powering into the end zone, and the Sun Devils score first in the second half. Much needed to pull within one possession. It's the redshirt freshman running back, Danielle Nagata, scoring for the first time since the BYU game in Week 3.
The first touchdown of the game comes with the way that they've worked most of the night on the ground. And this is one of the first plays in a close, tight situation here in the red zone where the offensive line really forced the defense out of the way.
Game on. Zendejas knocks it through the uprights, and it's 20-13, a 7-point ball game here on the doorstep of the new year. Wisconsin 20, ASU 13. We'll rejoin you in a moment when the Badgers get the ball back.